Do you want Kayla's dad or do you want Kayla's mom? You choose. Kayla's dad. You get Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. With your stupid success while my life's a mess. Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. You think you're so rad, your stupid sick mansion built, while I live behind a wall of guilt. Kayla's dad. Here I come. Here I come, Kayla's dad. I come to infect. I come to take your daughter. I plan to take her back to my place. Then I come for you, Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. With your Christmas lights already up. You're such a man when you're putting up your Christmas lights. First on the block, Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. I want to crucify you to your front door with nails from my construction job. Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. Kayla's dad. Saint Dad. Father on fire. I've come to incinerate you. I've come home. I poured beer on a large slug. I watched how the slug writhed and squirmed. It tried to escape me and my delicious beer. The slug made no sound, but I'm sure if I were turned inside out and dipped in beer, I would climax. I remember how the slug glistened and respirated until I poured the beer on it, and how it tried to get away, secreting a yellowish-green mucus in great quantities that bubbled slightly. My fascination turned to revulsion as the slug writhed and tossed from side to side, secreting even more yellow-green mucus. I began to see myself. I was often drunk, nude, sweaty and glistening, writhing on the floor. I'm a slug. When it had succeeded in rubbing some of the mucus off with great effort, and it was no longer drunk, but rather looked sober and successful, eventually I got bored and left the slug. Later, I imagined that my whole body was a tongue and I was dipped in beer. Nashville Diary. He loved her. He professed his undying love in text on Yahoo Messenger and sent it to her with some crap emojis. She read the message but just said, "Kay." He blew his brains out, picked them up, shoved them back upside his head, cracked a beer, drank, smoked a cigarette, then tried again with a renewed vigor and enthusiasm not seen by many. I try and I try, but I can't seem to pry my mind from the pewter. Drunken brain pushing filthy thoughts, dirty hands working mini bone. Let my fingers do your experimenting, let my fingers do your experimenting, let my fingers do your experimenting, let my fingers do your experimenting. My beady eyes darting from side to side. Hop in my truck, Kayla, for just one last ride. Well, you'll surely go just as sure as you came. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Let my fingers do your experimenting. 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 I spent so much time telling you about my needs, you don't mind. There's so little about you I care to hear. But I want to know, how does your hair there grow, and so on, Kayla, so on, Kayla, so go on, Kayla, so go on, Kayla, well, so long, Kayla. Let my fingers do your experimenting, let my fingers do your experimenting, let my fingers do your experimenting, let my fingers do your experimenting. Hey now, I've got a Boston cap on my head and my pud in my hand. I can do no wrong, man. Time stands still and takes a step aside. My $300 credit card is good anywhere, anytime. All the karaoke bar sluts know my name, but there's none by my side. I'm a mouse among man with a ridiculous plan. Gonna drive you back to Nashville where my wish is your command. Oops, no gas to drive you home. I'm a pathetic man. It's written on the wall for a good time call. Me. Nobody comes by. Nobody gives me a try. I'm easy to reach and I'm willing to teach you everything you want to know. Who is knocking on my door? It's open. They walk in like they own the place. Hang they hat. Put they feet up. I have the rolled up towel. Just forgot to use it. How much time do you have? Do you know? How likely is it your rents will just walk in the room? You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? Of course you do. It's why you came here in the first place. Let my fingers do your experimenting. 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 How can I forgive? How can I let live? How can I forgive? How can I let live? How you gonna make me forgive? How you gonna make me let live? Let my fingers do your experimenting. 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 I am predacious pedophilus. I'm sitting in some shithole Nashville apartment, and I'm a little angry. I wanted to be a country music star, not a loser. You men think you have it bad with women? Well, I got a lot worse, let me tell you. What am I supposed to say to some nice-looking girl who I want to meet? I can marry them in 5 years, when I'm in my 40s? That I can sing established country songs slightly better than your standard drunk? That she can buy her own damn calling card? And what if I do get the girl to my house? Can't sneak her past the buggy neighbors, they're always up. Yeah, I got a lot of gripes. How would you like to have a bald spot the size of Texas to drag around all the time, huh? Not my idea of fun by a long shot. And do you see the neighborhoods that I'm forced to live in? Those people live like pigs. I can't catch the subway, they haven't built one here, have they? Can't catch the uptown bus, I need that money for beer. Hey, Uber! And everyone wants to kill me, imitate my voice, analyze my past and put it all on YouTube, dissect, bisect, and infect me, troll, cajole, and pound my cornhole. Are you folks crazy? You never invite me to your parties, as if I'd really want to go anyhow. Have you ever asked Lorne to go to a movie? How about bowling? You ever seen Lorne cry? I got tears, and I have a heart, and I've got brains. And if you could just see past my reprehensible character, I think that you would see that I'm a lot like you. It's 3:29 a.m. I look out my window at the neighbors, enjoying their cold, delicious beer. I notice that I feel cold and alone, used up like an old bottle. No deposit, no return. People live and die in these apartment compartments. No deposit, no return. My hair falls silently. Why can't I? No deposit, no return.